To Hollywood, Florida, and Rob D'Amico, former Deputy Operations Chief for the FBI's hostage rescue team. Rob, thanks for being with us.
Oh, you're welcome.
So talks in Cairo ended Tuesday night. The Israeli delegation on its way home. They left without closing any of the gaps on those key issues, as we just heard from Nick Robinson. Negotiations will continue, we're told, for a few more days through diplomatic and security channels. There's a lot of talk about progress and being positive, but from your experience, when negotiations end this way without closing the gaps, one delegation going home and sort of no real mechanism to continue them in any formal way, is there much reason for optimism?
Oh, there is. These constantly go back and forth. This one was very out in the open. They couldn't get to where they needed to go, probably because they realized this is going to be their last chance to get what Hamas's last chance to really get what they want out of this. I mean, we want all the hostages. Hamas is trying to get as much as they can out of this one, so they're kind of playing it hardball to get those final things. But they go back and forth all the time. I wouldn't worry about it. It's going to happen. The details are going to get worked out by people that are just constantly going at this, phone calls back and forth. So I still have a lot of optimism.
I'm just wondering if there's sort of almost a disconnect here, what appears to be a disconnect between what seems like a lack of urgency to make a deal on hostages. Everyone's gone home. We'll keep talking about it in the coming days, and what is an imminent Israeli offensive on Rafah, which is looming and could lead to a bloodbath, according to many.
Well, I think that's Israel's stick in this, the carrot and the stick thing. That's what they're saying, trying to push Hamas to get what they want out of it. Is, hey, we got this offensive, and I don't think you would see a major one unless it really breaks down. I think you may start to see some targeted, some more surgical strikes in there to say, hey, we're serious about this. But I don't think you'd see a big ground offensive unless this really breaks down, because they know that would probably stop the process on the negotiations.
Shimon Peres, the former Israeli Prime Minister and President, once said to the Palestinians, his negotiators, while we're talking, we're not shooting. Is that what this case is right now? While they continue to talk about hostages, it'll hold off that major offensive?
I think it slows down. I think that the hostage rescue that they did actually was a bit of a surprise with 100 casualties on Hamas's side. That was very large for a hostage rescue attempt. And I think that kind of slowed it down a bit. So I think they're very conscious of what they're doing and how it may affect this. I think there's a lot of pressure on Netanyahu to really strike a deal on the hostages. He's getting it both from the U.S. and from the hostages' families.
Rob, thank you for being with us. Appreciate your insights. Rob D'Amico there in Hollywood, Florida. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.